do this. So I actually tried changing some settings with the emulator to see if we could get the stream at a better quality, but it doesn't seem to be working out that way, which is kind of a shame. But look, it is what it is. We'll keep trying to problem solving and see what the issue is. Get the music down for us. So as the title says, Allergie tournament. Man, my hay fever has been absolutely on fire today. I actually don't know what the conditions are. In saying that, before tourneys, I never really search up what the conditions are. So I'm just going to end this. This run was a bit all over the place because I mucked up my run earlier. Claim. Let's see what we're in for. Death Ray Thorns. Protector's Ultimate. Fast Ultimate. Protector's Ultimate. Fast Ultimate. Wow. Oh, that's going to be an interesting one. What's up, Angel? How are you? So, I hate Fast Ultimate. I think the good thing is that at least it makes the tournament go fast. Do you play Steel Brain Rot? Do you play Steel Brain Rot? I actually never heard of that, sorry. So I think actually I'm going to rob some coins from here. What are we going to put in? We'll put in that. Let's see how much coins it gets us. Sorry, at 1.1. Oh, a little bit of change there. We got a little bit of change. Restore. Oh, Roblox? No, my son plays Roblox. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a better view of the chat. For some reason it's looking a bit janky. Oh no, yep, got it now. No, I tried for a little round just so I could jam with my son, but it's not quite for me. What was I doing? Restoring the level. Bro, it's so hot in my country right now. Alright, take care, Angel. Rob some coins from here too. So we're just gonna go with the usual combo. I pretty much do the usual combo for everything. Let me unequip. Let me unequip that. I'll tell you what I did get. Check this puppy out. So I've been getting a few modules in the quest to get an ancestral dimension core. I got AD, Pulsar Harvester, and a number of stars on my other modules. Like, how many stars is that now? 3 star. Look how many stars on the Space Displacer. 3 star. Wow. I'm actually interested to give this a whirl sometime. I just think that even at Mythic, it's so strong. The project funding. Alright, we're gonna go equip primary. What I did do is I rolled on spotlight bonus, and I feel like that's just gonna be helpful with us having an assist now, and we're using the ohm chip, so we'll get that on. How much is that to max? 5 trill. It gives like next to nothing, but something's better than nothing, I suppose. Tourney cards. What was it? No death ray. Fast Ultimate's gonna be stink. 17Q to play around with. So let's start doing this. We'll max that. How much is this to max now? 700 trill. It's only got 20 levels. What I might do, I might just max that, and we might just unlock that, and then let the free ups do something. Okay, we want to max that. Orbs. I think everything else is fine. Yeah, everything else is fine. Enhancements. So because it's Fast Ultimate, what I might do, I'll put a little bit of cash into here, just so that builds up fast. And then what I might do is put a little bit more. Whoa, 16Q for that. Holy moly. Damn. Do we go for it? I don't know what to do. 16Q. I mean, Fast Ultimate, eh? If I was smart enough, I'd have a calculator out and I'd be trying to work out where the best bang for buck is. Damn. I don't know if who cares? Just go like this. I'll put a couple levels in it though. What do we go? These two? 700T. What could we put 700T into? That? There you go. Poor now. That looks like us. So if I stop, or if I pause the mic every now and then, it's because my allergies are going absolutely wild. It's spring season in my country, and it's like having a flu, a juiced up flu. So I'm just like constantly blowing my nose all the time. Alrighty, we're back. What's up, Burn? How are you? How are you, mate? I think that's about us. I can't think of anything that we're missing. Oh, that's right. I do this every time. Need to change my Guardian. I just put those two in. Or just anything that's not summon, really. And, oh, range and shockwave. Max this puppy out. Oh, and I forgot to change my armor too. Rappaport. Cheers, mate. Glad I can join your stream. Yeah, I just finished watching your video. Bro, here's a trip. So, had a real big day today. We're out on the missions. Out in the sun. It's a quadrillion degrees. Driving all around the city. And I came home. Put the fan on. I'm lying in bed. And we're talking like mid-afternoon. And I was watching the video that you uploaded, I think, sometime today. And I was just drifting off. And I was watching it and like listening. I was just kind of like drifting off. Because I'm an old man now. I fall asleep in the afternoon. Once my sugar levels crash in my blood. And I was drifting off a bit. And then I swear, I swore I heard my name. And I was like, opened my eyes, and I was like, man, am I bloody dreaming? Fell back asleep. Woke up, must have been like 10-20 minutes later, rewatched the video, and I wasn't buzzing out. I wasn't buzzing out. You shouted me out. I was like, bro, I thought I was like full on buzzing. Is there anything else in here that we need to know? Is there anything else in here that we need to know? Energy shields down. I think we're just gonna have to send it. Oh, bro, I did it again. I literally was just talking about it. Change my armor. What we will do though is because I actually did a run during the middle of the week, and I ran ACP. I got absolutely spanked. So this one here, I think I only got like 400 waves, and then I swapped to a space displacer for the battle conditions because it was ultimate weapons down, and I picked up almost 200 waves. So being fast ultimate, that might be something that I consider doing for this tourney. Now, I'm not too sure if I'll do it on stream because, like, you know, around the 600-700 waves mark and with no intro spirit mastery, it does make the live streams a bit long. And it's not like I won't be able to stream for that long. It's just that people might not want to hang around that long. Y'all might get bored and run away from me. But let's see how we go. Let's see how we go. Again, if I'm muting the mic in that, it's because I'm blowing my nose, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to hear that, especially if you're wearing headphones. You don't want to hear me blowing my nose all the time. But the week's been going really good. There's one thing that I have noticed this week a lot. Now that we're running like the dim core assist, and now that we're doing kind of like 3 8-hour runs, is I get to a certain stage, and I think it's around like 4,000 wave mark. And if we get around to the 4,000 wave mark, I shouldn't, or I can't touch anything in my run. So you know when you guys get certain battle conditions, and you're doing battle conditions and that, and if you touch your menu, like if you go here to collect that, and then you log back out, you'll drop a wall and maybe a couple energy shields. Well, that's what my farm runs are like in the downtime on my black hole. So if I get the downtime on my black hole and I touch any other menus or I start doing stuff, and then I go back into the screen, everything just shoots at me at once. And I keep forgetting about that. I lost my run today, a couple thousand waves short of where it normally be from that. And it's pretty interesting. It only started being a thing after the update. So I'm not really too sure. But now it's a thing. Oh, we should actually change our battle conditions. Is that what we wanted? We just go like that. Do we want fast at the top? We'll see how that goes. Protector ult sucks. I mean, it's another thing we have to consider. Like maybe G comps instead of project funding is the way to go. And then all we have to do is just keep the fast at bay. But at least if they're boosting anything up, then hopefully they get caught in the black hole. But what I'm probably more worried about is the fast ultimate actually throwing range towards me or throwing the boss towards me. That's probably like the thing that I hate about ultimate weapon down. And the thing that I hate about fast ultimate is the RNG in it's like absolutely insane. So you can get massive swings in different performance, and it might not be any adjustments that you make. It's just the RNG of whatever that fast decides to sling its little spider web on and throw at you. But the only thing that I like about these sorts of annoying battle conditions is that the tournament run goes faster. The faster it goes, faster we get back to farming, fam. That's the name of the game. Is to try and get back to farming. So I hope everybody's tournament's going good today, or if you have run it, If you have, run it. If you haven't, run it. Rapport says, mate, that happens once in a while with my black hole, like one time out of, say, 30 runs. I'd really like to have assists, and then when I get certain battle conditions, I can just have G-Comp going, so I get perma black hole, and then just have a little, you know, maybe like project funding as assist. And I think eventually we'll get to the stage when we've got stuff we can spend our stones on. I'm still trying to I'm still trying to purchase all the core staple stuff. I'm gonna get to the point where once I finish off this rare package, recovery. I always call it rare package mastery, recovery package mastery, and finish all my coins being sunk into that. I actually don't know what to be spending coins on. Maybe I'll just pump it into my other masteries and then just top up my workshop. I'm actually contemplating jumping to Ultimate Weapon Plus though. Like, I'm just like sick of talking about it for so long, and you know, saving up 5,000 stones is just ridiculous. Uncle Fudd's killing me. Voicey says, yo's a big dog. What's up, brother? What is up? Bro, how hot are you right now? And you better tell me that you're walking around the house in your underwear. This is the first thing I did when I got home. I just ripped off all my clothes straight into my undies. I definitely can imagine you're walking around the house, Voicey. Underwear's on. No socks. Cold wet towel from the freezer wrapped around your neck. What do you reckon? Cold shower. Rappaport says, do it. Maybe Santa comes early. Oh, honestly, bro. Honestly, like, my mind has like been going in and out over the last couple of weeks. Like, there's some stuff for my gym that I want to buy, like my home gym. Like, I'm looking at like pull-up bar. Like, me and my young fella, we're doing like pull-ups off the squat rack and that, which is fine. You know, it's absolutely fine. But I'm looking at like, I really want like a dedicated pull-up bar, one that I can mount somewhere, and those ones where you put them in your door frame and that, bro, they are no good for me. You know how you always see those videos on YouTube and it's like the people doing pull-ups in those door frame ones and then they fall and smash their face? That's gonna be me, where I'm way too heavy for that. Like my son's weight, be absolutely fine. You know, he must be, I don't know, 60 key, something like that. But my weight, it'll just snap. And I'm looking at a safety squat bar. Like, I've been looking and like wanting a safety squat bar for must be like upwards of 2 or 3 years. I've just like always really wanted one, because there's only, in my region, there's only one gym that has, it's like a powerlifting gym and it has equipment like that. Like, the rest are just like standard gyms with like standard bars that you expect, but all the like powerlifting equipment. And I don't know how familiar everybody is with like powerlifting equipment, but they've even got a reverse hyper. So we're down in New Zealand, and to have a machine like that all the way down here, and like a proper one, not like a lot of the companies, like, well, not so much Rogue, because Rogue makes good equipment, but a lot of the other companies that are out there have got like heaps of knockoff versions of a reverse hyper. I mean, you could probably make one. Like, I've seen videos on YouTube where guys have made their own versions of a reverse hyper. At the moment, like, me and my son, we do, I want to say, like, the poor man's version. We get the bench, we push it to the end of the deck, so it's like up on the deck, and then you've got your body laying on the bench, and then but your legs are hanging off, your stomach down, and then you just do a hyper that way. But obviously nothing like the machine. Like, the benefits that you can get from the machine for not only like strengthening your lower lumbar and your posterior chain, but just the healthy, like the longevity it can give you for your lower discs and preventing any herniation in the discs and that. It's definitely same. Oh, where did I go? Where was I going with that ramble? Oh yeah, gym equipment. Yeah, I really want some gym equipment. Like, bro, those adjustable dumbbells that you can get, and you like grab onto the handle and then you can spin to whatever setting that you want. I really want those. But down here in my country, the only people that stock them for like a decent weighted one, like, you can get like little, like, baby weights, little little ones for the little puppies, but yeah, you're not gonna get any big dog gains from those. You get those ones cheap, maybe like 100, 150, but for like the ones that go up into good weight, it'd be like 350 to 750 a piece. Oh, I'd love a set of those. I'd definitely love a set of those. Boise's ripping the hivers and undies. Bro, I tell you what, this will be a perfect day to go to your department and go into the blast freezers and just like see all the sweat turn into fucking ice. Zook says working out's healthy. Nah, GT plus forever. Yeah, bro. Yeah, go do some burpees, eh? Who cares about the equipment? Who cares about our health? We'll just let's buy pixels. I tell you what, bro. I've had so many hay fever pills today. What I normally do is I normally get a jab in the butt. So I go to, and it's like super old school these days. Like heaps of doctors don't like doing it. Like, I had a reliever one year. Every year I do the same thing. I hold off as long as I can. Like, for my allergies, I hold off as long as I can, and when I can't hold off anymore, I go to the doctor. I take a course of medication. It's like a mild steroid to tell the body basically to relax and stop giving you the hay fever symptoms. And then after that course of meds is done, then I get a jab in the butt, and then that lasts me like the whole season. And then by then, you're getting into the colder months and that sort of stuff. My doctor's old school. Like, he's been my same doctor since I was a little girl. Even though I haven't lived in where my region is and where I'm from, I haven't lived there my whole life, but I'm from here. But he's ready to retire. That sort of buzz. And we had a reliever once, and this kid's like fresh out uni, like those ones, bro, doing his family proud and all the rest. And yeah, so he was in. I said, "Where's my doctor?" He said, "Oh, he's not in." I said, all right, listen up, buddy. This is what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to do my care package. He's like, "What the hell's that?" I was like, "I get a care package every time I see the doc. Loads me up with codeines. All these ones. I don't know what you guys have in your country, but, like painkillers, all that sort of stuff. I want 50 million in 50s, 20 million in 20s, and 10 million in 10s. And after that, we're going to go through my allergy stuff." He goes, "Oh, what were you thinking, mate?" I said, "Oh, well, what we do first, I'll do around the prednisone, and then I'm going to come in for a jab." And he was like, "The hay fever? An injection for the hay fever?" He's like, "Oh, they don't really do that, eh?" And I was like, "Bro, hey, listen here, bro. Don't you come here as Mr. Reliever and try to muck up this good thing we got going on. He goes, no, it's just things have changed now. Like, there's research out, it makes your bones brittle, and it's, I don't want to hear any of that. Listen to my nose. I don't care about your new research. That's what they said about COVID. Look how that turned out. So they end up going with it. Hustling the doctor, eh? Nothing about that door frame bar that looks remotely safe. Oh, I think I've only ever seen 1 or 2 pull-up bars that go in your door frame that, like, somebody obviously thought a bit more about it and, like, made it high quality. But everything else that's, like, sold on the internet, no way, bro. Bro, they'll just snap in half, get a faceplant. Bro, look how fast the bosses are flying in. I'm actually leaning towards that space displacer might be a bit of the go for this one, eh? You invest any more stones into your assist mods other than just the core? Nah, bro. I was actually in... that's actually Crowbar and Greenie now that I've said before going for G2 Plus, I should consider doing the multiplier efficiency up to like 20 to 25%. And that's mainly because of the levels that I have. Like, I could get a fairly good damage increase. But I think if I was going to spend, I think the 20 to 25% is like 800 to maybe 1,000 stones before going GT Plus. But honestly, I feel like if I was going to spend, if I was veering off from the journey to Ultimate Weapon Plus, if I was going to spend 800 to 1,000 stones on anything, I reckon hands down it'll be on the last 5% slow. It'll be into Chronofield. Like, that last tournament, the downtime and not having the full, not having an ancestral roll for speed reduction, not having a max speed reduction, I definitely felt it. Like, every time it dropped, I was just getting absolutely slammed from the mobs. It was absolutely wild. So I can see, like, where my CF is at now, I can see why people are like, it's all or nothing. Like, once you get to this point where you kind of need all of it, and I feel like I kind of need all of it for my farms as well. So I'm a little bit of a conundrum. I'm in a little bit of a I mean, it's not a bad spot. We've got options, but I have to make a decision, and just whatever I decide, I have to kind of stand by it. And I feel like for my sanity, keeping my sanity, it's just pay to winning to get Ultimate Weapon Plus. It's like the only way I'm going to keep my mind. Like, 5,000 stones, bro, is no joke. Like, saving up for 5,000 stones, bro. Oh my god. Like, at 500 a week, that's 2.5 months away. That's... Not being able to spend stones for 2.5 months is like, it's criminal. Like, if we did that now, we'd be talking like February. Because we're almost December, eh? Rapport says, that's cool, I'm keeping my boys with the same doctors. They have a small team, and it's important. If you get a good doctor, like, I don't know what the doctors are like over in, where you guys are. Like, I feel like the health system in New Zealand is, it's okay. Like, yeah, it's free, but honestly, you're better off going private. Like, here's a trip, bro. Like they say, like, you know, and this is one thing where people bag on America. Like, you don't have, you know, these countries have got this healthcare system, and your guys one, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, your guys one's pretty crazy when I hear some of the prices that you have to pay if you don't have insurances and that. But So I needed an operation. I needed an operation on one of my legs. I took an injury, and then it took so long to heal that a whole bunch of damage took place. And it was basically, we've got two versions of, I suppose, what they call the free cover in New Zealand. One's like work related, and then one's non-work related. And I think both of them were fighting over who had to cover me, whose fault it was for the injury. And I don't really think it's anyone's fault. It's just something that happened. And yeah, I ended up getting lost in the system, and it took maybe about 3 years after going to a bunch of different specialists in that before someone kind of picked up on me. And then I got referred to like the surgeon, and the surgeon sits me down and he says to me, right, this is what we're going to have to do, this is what we're going to have to do, so and so. And I said, yep, sweet as, let's do it. He says, cool, what system are you under? Are you under private, or are you under public? And I said, I think it's lodged under public. And he says to me, here's your file here. So picture him with one of those cardboard brown file holders, you know, where they have all your notes and everything about you. And he goes, here's your file here. And he goes, this is you. He reaches down to the bottom of the desk and he pulls up a stack. Like, honestly, get the Lord of the Rings books and stack them on top of each other, like, again and again and again. This was like 12 kilos of paper alone. Like, it just made a thud when he put it on the desk. Grabs this big massive stack and he goes, boom, thuds it on the desk. And he says to me, here are you, here's them. This is where you sit if you go private. He puts my name right at the top. And then he goes, points to the bottom of the pole and he goes, this is where you go if you go public. So I says to him, alright, how long is it going to take for you to get through those people? He said 5 to 8 years. I said, oh, fuck's sakes, 5 to 8 years. He said, yep, 5 to 8 years. And he said, and by the way that things are going with your, your carve, because of the nature of how long it's already taken, like it's already taken years. He said, by the time we get to that point, you're going to be sitting with me anyway, because we're going to end up amputating your leg. So you'll end up jumping the list. And I said, so what's the best thing to do? He said, go to the bank, get a loan, and just pay for the surgery. I said, oh, what's it worth? He said, it's like a couple grand. He said, you're just going to skip the whole queue. You're not going to have to worry about it or anything. So I said, alright, sweet as, I'll go talk to my partner. What I didn't actually think about is that I had insurance. I was already insured. So I followed up on that, went and seen my doctor. I said, alright, we're going to do exactly the same thing with exactly the same notes. But what we're going to do is we're just going to do it private. So you're going to switch me out of the public system, move it over to private. I saw that same surgeon 2 weeks later. And about a week and a half later after that, I was in surgery. And like, I always just thought about all those poor people that didn't have insurance or don't have any access to any kind of money. Like, they're not really in that position, that would still be sitting, waiting. And every single person that goes private jumps ahead of all of them. And they're just like stuck in limbo waiting. And then the only way you skip the queue is if there's a risk of issues, to your organs or something that's going to threaten your health or amputation. It's absolutely wild, the system. So yep, our healthcare system is free, but what does that free look like? What is that free? So I had a operation for like a hernia, basically lifting too much weights, too heavy. Tore my where my belly button is, so I was an umbilical hernia. Tore like 2 sections through there, and then end up having to go on for surgery. So there's multiple ways you go. Again, public, private. You know, work was a bit worried because they're like, oh no, you could put in a claim and then we would have to pay for it. But I ended up going private, and I think when we were discussing with the surgeon, I think I was in there once I had my appointment. Took a couple of weeks to get an appointment. Once I had my appointment, he said, oh, I can see you within a couple of days. So I ended up booking it like a couple of weeks later so I could get some time off work and that sort of thing. Now, I've got family members that have nasty hernias, like where their bloody insides are falling out, and like nobody just won't see them at all. They're just at the bottom of the barrel, like bottom of the list, and nobody wants to see them until basically something goes wrong with all their insides and that. And I'm sorry if you guys have got a bit of a weaker stomach and I'm saying these sorts of stories to you, but yeah, it just goes back to, again, it's a free healthcare system, but it's not really free. It's not really a help to anyone. Zook says, it's tough right now. So many good options for stones. It's hard to make a good decision. Yeah, what do they call it? Choice paralysis. Kind of like choice paralysis. Everything, there's so many things that's competing for your stones at the moment. Tell you what I really want. I really want a really good amp bot. I think I might have even slotted in one of the labs back in. Oh, I did do a lab that I didn't know existed. It was one for, what's it called? Second Win. It was a Second Win lab. I think it like kills everything on screen. I didn't even know that lab existed. Reason why is so if I get another card slot, it'll hopefully help with overcharge. The only problem is get an overcharge, you've lost your wall, lost your shields. Overcharges are so annoying, bro. Oh, look how fast those fasts are moving. Whoa, look how far, look how close that boss got. Wild. The cringiest battle conditions is like fast ultimate and ultimate weapons down. It's so cringe. I remember one time there was an update. It might have been in the V25 era. It may have been in the V26 era, I can't remember, but I remember something happened, and I remember the community were losing their minds. They were so upset, and I can't even remember what it is. Like, I don't think I ever get upset about any of the updates. Like, any of the bugs that come up, I never get upset. I just roll with the punches. You know, it's just a game. It's not that deep. But like the community were just like losing their minds, bro. I think it was around like banners or something like that when it kind of like first came out, and it was so funny, bro. People were going crazy as, and then Fuds had to keep putting out like, I don't know, his little pep talk announcement things, and people were so mad. And it was real funny because the next battle conditions, it was like, probably like, it was like, range ultimate, fast ultimate, ultimate weapons down, and like, it may have been one more, like something stupid like basic ultimate or something like that. I can't even remember, but it was so funny. I was like, 100% my uncle is like doing this on purpose, just like yeah, I'll give you, I'll ruin you guys' fun and tournament. Yeah, shut your mouths. Get in timeout, you kids. You bloody kids. Yeah, it was so funny. So it says West for me is fast ultimate with a knockback resistance and armor. That armor one from the last tourney, absolutely rubbish, bro. Absolute rubbish. It absolutely killed me. Like, so bad. And I had just rolled off, like with the armor condition, I think it's good if you have like a high chain quantity, so at least like you're chipping off hits or health, or you know how it's got to take so many hits before it starts taking damage. And having a high chain quantity, and I just rolled it off my mod, and I was like, no, because I went for spotlight. What do you call it? Like the spotlight damage bonus. Look at that. Did you see that? What the hell was that, bro? Did you see that? That was rubbish. It just paused, lagged, boom, lost everything. Lost 3 shields, wall. That's what's been happening lately. It's been happening in heaps of my farm runs too, eh? Like, ever since, I think, V27.1 maybe, or maybe just flat out V27. It's been doing that to my farm runs. It's like really annoying. But look, it is what it is. Like, I've still got plenty of juice to do things, but that just kind of killed it. What I might actually do is do a Space Displacer run. I'm even wondering if like a death penalty to like hopefully trim off some of the fast ults that are coming through. Hopefully we can get a few shields back, and then I can like prolong until when I do the demon mode. That was just rubbish. Armored plus knockback. It's not working. That was it, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. Here's a question. In Protector's Ultimate, does Black Hole suck in the Protectors and give crowd control? Because I'm sure it does, but I'm sure it never used to. Maybe I'm just imagining it. I tell you what would have been good for this tournament if they didn't have Death Ray resistance. That would have been a good one. At least could trim off some of these mobs. At least there's no orb resistance. I mean, we're doing alright considering we lost our wings. What a cheeky way to lose your wings though, eh? Just a massive lag spike. And kaboomfa. Protector's Ultimate stops any CC. The only thing Protector Ultimate gets got by is Poison Swamp stuns. They still move towards your tower, it just doesn't hit you. Interesting. I feel like one of these fasts is just going to throw a Protector at me. It's just going to hurl one at me. I feel like this run's like over now anyway without the wings. And I am not slowing down the game speed. I think I stopped slowing down the game speed like even before they did that rework with attack speed. I was just like, nah, I'm not doing this. This is cancer. sitting there watching it at 1.5 speed. Rubbish. Hey Cloud, how many seconds is your ultimate and Guildbot sync at your farming runs? 65 seconds. So for 65 second sync, I have 100 second Death Wave and GT, 50 second Black Hole cooldown, and I have the ancestral substat for Death Wave cooldown, and I think it's like GT cooldown or something. That takes you to 65. So what I did was, I was conscious from the way other people had problems with syncing later on down the road. So I made sure, this was like quite earlier, I made sure I didn't do too many cooldown labs. So even though I could have, I didn't, because I knew that at some stage I wanted that, at least the possibility of running some type of sync. And it worked out quite well. The next sync I'll go for is 58 seconds, but bro, that's still ages away. There's so many things on the list to get before then. And then I think for 58 seconds sync, I only have to purchase 2 cooldown levels with medals. And I think I should take it to 58 seconds. And then I think after 58 seconds, it'll probably, like, the next sync I'll do would be like a max Death Wave cooldown. But that's quite expensive too, I think. Like, I think the last level of that is like 1700 or maybe more stones. It's real crazy, eh? But yeah, that's quite a wee while down the track. But like, I also toss up a few things. Like, I know there's kind of like an optimal or like some sort of meta path in that. And then some of the decisions that I make is just like to help with farm style too. Like stuff that's, you know, maybe it's something that I need to do for farming and it's not the most optimal route. Some stuff I just feel like doing this, I feel like doing that, so I'm just going to go this direction. Like, I don't run an effective path sheet. I might do once I get Ultimate Weapon Plus. I might use sheet as a bit of guidance, but I don't think I'll necessarily take it as Bible. Like, some people are diehard to their path sheet as Bible. I don't think I'll go that deep into it. I think we do enough of spreadsheet work and Excel sheets at work. I don't know if I want to do that in my spare time. What's your GT duration at? I actually don't know, bro. 43 seconds, and I do have the perk. Oh, the substat on my MVN, which I think's like 7 seconds. So it might be somewhere near 50. It might be somewhere near 50. It's not perma though. It's definitely not perma. Did you look at your bracket? Nah, not yet. I'll do it. I'm going to put Space Displacer on after this. And I'll do it when we check that. But typically speaking, real bad brackets when I do it on like this time that you guys are watching. This is like typical time I do tournaments. And I just think I always get like bad luck. I'll randomly get the odd good one. But as long as we stay in Legends is what I'm happy with. Faster tourney runs. I just research what the elder YouTubers talk about and make the best of it. Not following paths, just whatever works. Yeah, and I think like if that's how you like to play, that's exactly how I like to play. If that's how you like to play, I definitely think that's what works. Like, because it is still a game at the end of the day. And I understand because it's so, what do you call it? We're so constrained by time. There's only 24 hours a day that we can farm. Tournaments are only based on certain times or windows during a week, there's events and all that sort of stuff, so I can understand how people want to min-max things. And coming from like a MMO ARPG background in games, I fully understand the whole min-max mentality. But I kind of got this game because I just wanted a super chill game, eh? I actually wanted a game that I could play like while I was having a smoke at work, like a Candy Crush sort of thing. And there's something about killing all these bloody squares, something about the pixel art. I think a big thing's like the community. Like it's probably like the most, helping, passionate, community that I've come across when it comes to, because it's such a niche game, so you can understand that draws in a niche audience. Oh, get the protector. But like, yeah, bro, I've been in some communities where people are like, whoa, some people need to touch grass. I mean, we're doing alright considering we've got no wings. Just as long as we don't get any one of those stupid lag spikes again. We'll start getting chips soon though. I reckon it'll be once we're like, I reckon wave 520, that sort of buzz, we'll start getting chips. As soon as we start getting chipped, I'll just hit demon mode, sail her out. We shall sail this one out. Burn says, as long as you're having fun. That's the key, bro. Like, what you don't want to do is you don't want to put yourself through rubbish because if it's the min-max way, but you don't like doing it, you don't want to put yourself through it and end up hating the process or hating the game. Because as much as we all are trying to hit all these little milestones and there's like some sort of thing that we want to achieve, this and that, if you're not enjoying it, or you're doing stuff that you don't want to do to do that, yeah, it's no longer a game, eh? I just switched over to BHD today and got everything to a 59-second sync. I had done all the labs for Golden Bot, so I had to get my Death Wave cooldown to 80 and do a mythical Death Wave cooldown in order to sync my bot. My snuts. I know a few people that have got themselves into a position and they had to invest more stones than they intended to into Death Wave and that. I think the good thing in your position is that you knew how to calculate out what to do in order to get that sync in that. So, yeah, you're an absolute legend for it. You're a legend for it. Oh, and the wall's down. Sook says, I'm a bit ahead of you, but I like your insight and how you do things. I feel like I am just cruising. Like, I feel like this whole journey in my tower journey, which has gone over an hour now, it's just been so cruisy, bro. Like, I feel like the stars have aligned, or if I've come across a problem, I've just like kind of sat there and found a way to try to get my way out of the problem. And some of the stuff is just for my sanity. So like, I left, whoa, see that? Did it again. Bro, we're gonna have to demon mode. We're gonna have to do it, bro. I just lost everything. Panic. So like, I think realistically, like we'll say in the last couple of weeks, for example, I probably should have just chilled in Orbless and like maximized everything that I could do and then buy my way up to stuff. But my sanity, bro, I was doing my head and doing the same build like that for ages. Like, the best thing about switching to 3 8-hour runs and like whatever the hell the build is I'm doing at the moment, this version of a glass cannon, it's just been so good for my sanity. Honestly. Like, I think I was like, my head was getting done in at one stage. I was like, I got to a point where like, not like I was hating it, and not like I wanted to quit, but I was just like, oh, boredom. That's what we'll see. That's the perfect word. I was like, bro, this is boring doing these runs. Like, I need something else. And something else where, like, I'd have to set like little milestones for myself and just be like, if I achieve these little things, then the boredom won't feel so much. And I think it's just because I'm in that window where I'm trying to bridge into the mid game, and it's a little bit easier said than done. A little bit easier said than done. But I reckon, like, I've kind of got confidence that, oh, the Death Defy. Kind of got confidence that once we get to Ultimate Weapon Plus, I feel like things will start speeding up, or we'll get a bit of fun factor there. And then probably the next big brick wall will be maybe crossing into tier 16. But I tell you what, bro, getting into tier 14 is kind of no joke. Like, I can farm it, it's just not profitable. I'll get like maybe 3,800 waves, that sort of buzz. It's just not profitable for me. Don't waste your limited stones on whatever. Be smart about stones. That's excellent advice. PB and Plat, bruv. Yes. Congrats, Voicey. My first clouded stream. I catch it live, Mr. Flipster. Welcome, my brother. Welcome. Bro, it's been crack up, bro. I keep getting these lag spikes and then everything's giving me the whoosh. It goes, it's all going fine. Boom, lag spike, bro. Boom, headbutt. Straight in the dome. So I lost my wings like maybe 100 waves ago. I'm just here for the moment you get in a landmine build going. Super interested. Bro, we talked about that last time, eh? I really need to find who the YouTuber is that had a guest on his video, and he started it way earlier than what everybody else says, and his pinch point in it was actually the labs. Like, the massive value you get is in the chrono jump labs, and they're so expensive, so you need a real strong economy for it. But there's another way to combat that. You can just pump it up with stones. Like, he only mildly invested in it, like 3,000 stones. And 3,000 stones, like, yes, it's heaps, but it's not that much if you were looking for it to be your main damage source. I feel like 3,000 stones is scratching the surface if that's to be your main damage source. Now the question is those 3,000 stones better spent somewhere else? Like, maybe it's one of those ones where you're all in or nothing. And I really feel like doing something different, eh? The only trouble with that is perma black hole. That's where the stone sink, the foundation for a chrono jump build, is the perma black hole. Perma black hole for tournament. Because you need something to feed, supplying your tower with ample amounts of inner landmines, which is yeah, that's probably the pinch point. And I'm actually not too sure how it performs with tank ultimate, and not so much the battle condition, but more that level of farming. But if you're farming in a tier with tank ultimate, like, isn't that tier 17? Bro, that's ages away, bro. Like, farming in, like, tiers with tank ultimate, bro. Like, bro, that is so far away that it's like, the concept of time is like, I've seen that mentioned a few times when people are talking about certain things, like, can't use stuns for this and that, you know, because in tier 17 it's at, oh, brother, I'm still in tier 13. I'm not even talking about tier 17. Like, we'll figure that out. We'll figure out that stage when we get there. Tier 17 is a light years away. We're talking like, what, 50,000 stones away? I haven't even earned that in my lifetime. With the glass cannon, the game becomes engaging again. That's how I felt. Like, I felt like just going to auto pick perks has like been so good for my brain. But I was saying earlier that the problem that I'm having this week is the way that my build is set up is that if I touch anything, like once I get to like 4,000 waves, if I touch anything and it pauses the game for a sec, like if I touch something now, like say I clicked on this button, and then when I clicked out of it, I'd get smashed by the fast. It does the same in my farming build, and it's really annoying, and I keep forgetting, like, when I see these little indicators up here, I'm like, ooh, you know, it's like something shiny. Go click on it, and then I click on it, and I click out of it, boom, I get one shot. And I've done that so many times this week, and I have to keep reminding myself, just let the game play, and just collect my free 5 gems, and then it'll be all good. But we're actually doing alright for having a pretty bad start to the run. We are actually doing alright. I started farming tier 13 a couple of days ago. Tier 14 is quite a bit far, it feels. Yeah, I actually don't know what I need for tier 14. I think for me, I definitely need a card slot so I can run second win with a low recharge and hope that helps. But I'm going to need intro sprint mastery. So that's like potentially 2 card slots. And not going to lie, I feel like I need super tail mastery. So that's like, that's ages. That's a long time for me. That's a long time for me. Pristine has a good guide on Reddit on the inner landmine build. That is what intrigued me. So I think module that hangs out in the what do you call it? The community Discord. I remember for like months now he's been talking about inner landmines, and I remember heaps of people were like mocking him and like making fun of him and that, and he did like really well going that direction. And I always kind of kept that in mind, like, hey, maybe this dude's onto something. But I never really looked too much into it. And then somebody shared in the JPlays Discord that Pristine build, or like, you know, his points or tips and tricks for making inner landmines as your main. And I kind of read through it, and I was like, I feel, and I'm probably, I'm not the smartest person when it comes to this game, but I feel like there is a potential that you could probably run it earlier than what he said. Like, he said it from an end game perspective or a later game perspective, but I feel like it can be done before that. And I think mainly because of the sheer investment that you have to put in. Like, especially if you're going for perma black hole and you're talking assist mods and all that, like, instantly when you start talking assist mods and this heavy investment from the stone side, it cancels out such a large portion of the player base. Like, and I'm a part of that cancelled out portion of the player base too. And you have to think, like, from like my point in the game downwards, like, we are the majority. Like, we outweigh the guys in the later or end game by a magnitude. There are far more players in like the lower tiers and the lower leagues than there are in the upper leagues and that. So yeah, it would be like some sort of, it would be more considered from people that are at the later game stage. But I can't believe we're doing alright, considering. Uncle Fuds is looking after us. John says, hey big dog, what's up John? Intro Sprint Mastery is almost essential for tier 14 farming. But sadly, auto restart. Oh, the auto restart. Because like, if you have intro sprint mastery, but you have no auto restart, and you're doing like, let's say 3,500 or 4,000 waves, wouldn't you be restarting the game like every 2 hours? Like, is that's about right, eh? It's about 2 hours. This is it. We're gonna die soon. I'll put the mouse by the nuke. Oh, we are one shot. We are one shot away. We'll try to save it for the boss. We'll probably get chipped by then though. We won't have to think as much if we've got Space Displacer on. There you go. I'm very intrigued by Death Wave, but that is ages away. Doing a champ run now. Man, it's getting hard to be in the top 4 there. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. And like, yeah, the player power is like super strong at the moment in this game. Alright, with those Space Displacer, eh? Do we want to change anything else? Do we roll with it? I feel like we'll... Death penalty? I'm just gonna roll with that. Oh, we get to look at this. Have a look at the names, guys. See if there's anyone that you know. Feet Girl. Wow, Feet Girl. I'll tell you what I do need to do is I need to change this, the clown face. So I've got the tier 14. So what's that skin? The panda? So I need to change the panda. Oh, what? Oh well. I do better with death penalty as with amp strike. Amp strike I don't get enough elites. I'm the same, bro. Like sometimes it's super good and sometimes it's not. I'm actually like contemplating with a death penalty. Like heaps of the time it's down, the downtime. It's like down for me on the bosses. Alright. Let's do this. You going to purchase any Black Friday packs? If so, what are you going to do with those stones? Bro, I'm not going to lie. Bro, I'm thinking about buying everything I can and jumping to and buy my last 2 ultimate weapons. Like, I've tried my hardest to have self-control, and I bought like a couple packs along the way. So last year, so I tried to buy the event pass since they brought out those relics. When those relics come out, I think like a couple battle passes in, I started buying it, and also the milestone rewards that you can purchase. I bought those. I think there might be like 1 or 2 that I haven't. And then like last year I bought one of the 300 stone packs for the Black Friday. For my birthday I bought 2 750 stone packs, and I think like last week I bought a 300 stone pack to unlock milestones. And I've tried to be extremely disciplined with this game because I have a horrid history with pay to win. And look at me now, I'm not even playing any of those games. So I didn't want to do the same with this game. And I mean, I know it's an entertainment factor, and you know, there's plenty of bad things you can be spending your money on, even like junk food and that. But I got such a bad, like, I've said this before, but this is how bad my pay to win history is. So when I bought a couple stone packs for my birthday, when I went to, like, I won a tournament, I had some stones, and automatically I went to the shop to buy some more stones. Like, I was crunching numbers. Like, we all do it all the time. We sit there and go, oh, okay, I'll search this up. What's this do to get it at this sink, or to do this thing, this, that sort of thing. And you're like crunching up numbers. Okay, how much do I earn from tournaments and that? And I was doing that, and like instantly I was in the web store carding up stone packs. Like, to just be like, okay, I need 2,000 stones to do this, and then if I get another 400, I'll do this. So that's this many stone packs times this. So, like, that's how bad it. And then I was like carding it up, and then I went to go purchase it, and I was like, oh shit, that's not what I want to do. And I was like, stop. And like, that's how bad, like, my brain instantly goes to that. And I didn't want to have that kind of relationship with this game. I like this game, but I wanted it more like a laid-back game than compared to other ones that I've played in the past. And saying that, I mean, look at us now. We're live streaming on a Saturday evening, you know, when I should be outside touching grass or socializing with people. I'm here on doing a live stream and that, so I'll probably dip my feet in the water a little bit further than what I was expecting to. But yeah, I really didn't want that relationship to be like that with this game. But we're now at the point with Ultimate Weapon Plus, and it's like 5,000 stones, and I honestly don't think I'm going to keep my brain in one piece if I sit there and save for it. So I feel like I might just go full send there. Like, when Black Friday comes, I might just be like, oh, screw it. And there's probably other stuff I should, like, let's just say I have 6,000 stones now. There's probably a few things that's like optimal for me to buy before the ultimate weapon. But like stuff where if it's like 800 or 1,000 stones, I can save up for that. Like, that's a couple weeks and I can be fine. But if we're talking about saving up 5,500 stones to unlock something, bro, that is criminal. Like, I still need to buy the 4 quantity for Spotlight, and that's like 2,500 stones or something, and I'm really not looking forward to that, and I'm probably going to postpone it much longer than I should do, just for the fact that saving up for like 5 weeks without putting stones into anything is like, it's horrible, bro. Hey man, I fell off the wagon today and purchased 3 stone packs to fix my sink. Yeah, it'll get you. Uncle Fuzz will get you. But I like, after that big ramble about it, I have absolutely nothing against people that buy stuff in the game, because in my eyes, the more other people buy, the longer this game lives on, or the more devs that they can hire, and the more like work that they can put into the game. So it's like, I want this game, I want people to be spending all their disposable income that they have on this game, so this game can at least live long enough for the goals that I want to achieve in it. Which the goalpost is possibly shifting. Like, originally my goal was like tier 18 wave 4,500, and then after that I'll quit. So I always kind of kept that in mind. So it's like, why would I go and drop thousands in the game and then I'm going to quit at that milestone point? But now we've got all these other tiers and that, you know, we're probably going to be around a bit longer than that. I barely can save up for my next card slot. I'm not sure if I can save up this many stones. Bro, I've been trying to be so disciplined to save up for my next card slot, knowing that I need like 21 slots or like even more than that. Bro, I can't help but gamble for modules. I can't help but gamble for modules. And I think like now I'm just gonna stop, because I have an opportunity when I get packs next week I have an opportunity to be able to get a card slot and not hate myself, or not have my gems burning a hole in my pocket. I'm not sure if I'm at the right range, eh? I feel like I need those inner landmines to be closer to my orbs. But I also feel like running a shorter range probably won't be ideal. We'll see how we get on. It's hard to hold on to anything when it benefits the tower, let alone 5,500 stones. That's insane. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah. And I mean, like, at the end of the day, woe is me, eh? Like, I can't be too much of a crybaby. Like, every person before me to get Ultimate Weapon Plus, and every person after me to get Ultimate Weapon Plus, we all have the same thing that we have to do. We're all bound by the same constraints. We all got the same issues that we're gonna have to tackle when we get there, or when we pass them in that. So I'm not trying to be I'm not being a crybaby about it. I'm just kind of sharing like where my headspace is. Because I do, like, the point when I'll quit this game is the point when I feel like it's not respecting my time. And like, when I'm talking like not respecting my time, you're coming from like a player that will grind the same loop of dungeons for like a 0.3% drop for an essence that you might need 20 of those essences for a 25% chance to roll something on some sort of legendary gear or some sort of ascended gear, in that, like, that level, like where I can farm the dungeon and I can be asleep, like my eyes will be dipping in and out, and the muscle memory will be like lighting up this dungeon, nuking everything, getting the dungeon down to like a minute and 50 seconds, and just spam hitting the boss. Like that level of grind, like, I come from in some of these ARPGs and MMOs and shit, especially Korean. Like, I love Korean ARPGs. I love them so much, but they are so toxic and so bad for my health. Like, they just do not respect your time, and they absolutely love your wallet. I got 1.8k gems currently, and I still need 1 Multiverse Nexus and 2 BHDs. This could really change my playstyle, finally. Playing Blender forever. I feel like I was super lucky on my MVN. In the same token, if I don't have MVN, I'll just be playing something else. I've just started getting copies of ownership, was just good. My ownership was like down low for ages. How many off am I? Oh, 3 copies away. 3 copies away. Oh, 1 copy away from this thing. I think that's where the banners came in, where a lot of people had success being able to have Primordial Collapse. It was like real good for EHP, real bad for their econ. Like, if you're like a Prim C player, bro, you need like a really strong cooldowns, like thousands of stones in cooldowns, or you need GT Plus to get any decent economy out of it. But as far as for accelerating them through the tiers, having that banner for anybody that's playing EHP through, you know, that portion of the game, definitely had a massive advantage with having that. It's just more like what comes after this when it comes to modules, eh? Like, what is their plan after this? Because the pool's so diluted now that, like, if they don't put all the modules in some sort of sync of a banner, bit of a missed opportunity, I feel. Like, yeah, it might be unfair for people that were before it. Like, I may have wanted something for the longest time for the last year, and then now all of a sudden they bring out a banner and people that are new to the game. Bro, I don't think there's anybody that plays this game that doesn't want things to be easier for people, you know, that are in an earlier stage than them. You know, that's kind of what the community's like. Like, yeah, you might have the one or two people that might be salty about stuff, but the overall majority of people want everyone that's below them, lower tiers, started later, this and that. They want them all to, you know, to be able to excel and do well in the game. So, like, if there was some sort of system that came out that made things easier for earlier stage players or people that are at some sort of pinch point, everyone would be more than happy to see something like that. Speaking of ARPGs, Path of Exile 2 next update, early December. Bro, they have the Druid. The Druid is coming. What's the league called? Something of the Druids or something. But I knew it was going to be the Druid. They had to do something. I wonder what they're going to do with the last league mechanic though. Whether they're going to keep it in. Or what the hell they're going to do. Bro, if I had a good enough computer, I'd stream it, bro, when I play it. Straight up. I would be streaming it, but I feel like my computer will melt. Vlad says, what ultimate weapon for damage do you recommend? Chain lightning or smart missiles or death wave damage? Just like Mr. Flipster says, definitely chain lightning for sure, bro. It's so cost effective. It's very, very cheap power, and it can make up ground for a lot of coins in your workshop plus or labs that you might be lacking. Fun fact, my man breaks my black hole the more you know, right? Here's my stone path. GT duration, two more, I'm assuming 2 more clicks. Masteries, recovery package chance, wave accelerator, intro sprint, damage and demon mode. Then 2 more into GT plus to 6, and then unlock CF plus to level 4. So if you've got GT plus and you don't have CF plus, mice nuts, what is the unlock of your second ultimate weapon plus? Because you get the ability to have ultimate weapon plus, and then you have to purchase an unlock, and every one it goes up more. What's the price of the second one? Primordial Collapse was a game changer for me. It maxed my black hole range from 60 to 70, and it was 30% coin increase paired with the third black hole, 100%. X0011 says, hi everyone, can you tell me what the game's called? It looks interesting. This is called the Tower Idol Defense. And I tell you what, this is a tournament run and a tournament setup. It looks way more interesting when you see the farming, or when you see tournament runs in much higher waves, which I am not at that level yet. I'm definitely not in that level yet. But straight up, when you see videos of it in the farming state, bro, it looks so much more buzzy. Straight up. They should rotate feature banners. We have 50% chance to get any cannon than the other 3 subsequent weeks. Something like that. Off-white alpaca, exactly what you're saying. Something like that, bro. Like, something to help out everybody get their last copies, or people that are starting out their journeys, because quite a few builds are what do you call it, they're module dependent to get certain builds online. And I mean, like, at the end of the day, everybody can just do a version of a blender. You know, so it's all goods. And for the most part, a lot of the builds are, 90% of the builds are just a version of a blender. But there's certain things that people want to try, and having that being gated behind RNG It can make people, you know, it's a bit sad. The next patch should be an early game patch again, and if they keep their rhythm. Game's called The Tower. Mine's perma at 60, so it's worth to increase the size. Depends on your playstyle. I would guess, I assume that Devo will not benefit so much from the bigger coverage as Blender. I actually don't know what my black hole's at. 58 meters. I feel like I need another couple clicks. Shit. There's the allergies, fam. Well, we'll see what the space displacer does for us. It's actually super trippy seeing the spotlight rotate around. I'm hoping that having space displacer will stop that lag spike where everything just jumps and dumps on me. Rappaport says, bless you. I've been blendering since day one for 2.5 years now, still blendering. Bro, Blender is my favorite playstyle. Straight up. Just kicking back on just a Blender. I hated Orb Devo. I didn't hate Orbless. And I think the only way that I didn't hate Orbless was for the fact that like I could play it AFK for the longest time. The thing that I liked about Orbless is stuff that I was doing to contribute to making my Orbless better was directly improving tournaments for me. And that's what I liked about it. Like there was synergy or like a little bit of harmony with it. And then we got to the point where I was sick of Orbless. And that was because basically my damage just become too much. But I needed to like keep pushing damage and those sorts of things for tournaments. It's summer now in your country? It's winter here. Yeah, bro, it's actually spring. But like, bro, we're only like weeks away from summer, so it's basically summer. It's hot as hell. Bro, there's pollen everywhere. I'm feeling sorry for myself. I'm feeling so sorry for myself. My allergies are going crazy. I went on a full yarn about half an hour ago, bro, about getting the nurses and doctors to put injections on my butt to fight against allergies, bro. I get the worst allergies, bro. You need Multiverse Nexus for Orbless and the BHT? Nah, bro. Nah, you don't need it. I think it's ideal, like, as far as, like, ultimate weapon activations. And you can go G-Comp for Orbless. Like, I always recommend people, if they want to go Orbless, to go G-Comp first. Mainly because the buy-in's a lot cheaper. It's far less expensive. There's less requirements. Like, you need way less damage than you do because your black hole... that damage that it does to mobs, it's like supplementing a lot of the lack of damage that you have. But then eventually you get to a stage where you can hear my puppy. Get. Eventually you get to a stage where you're looking to squeeze out a bit more juice, and then definitely going BHD's the way, because then you get sync and then you get all those sorts of benefits. But then, like, yeah, you learn pretty fast when you switch to BHD that there's a lot of stuff that you need. I'm just going to pause the mic while I tell this puppy to shut up. The puppy's picking on the old dog. Zorg says it's cold as right now. John says I feel sorry for you. Yeah, bro. So if it's cold as for you, is it snowing? Or which part of your country are you in? Like in my region in the winter, it's just windy and wet. Like yeah, it's cold and that, but it doesn't snow where I am. Like it snowed ever since I've been here. It snowed like once. And that was like a full trip. Like because we get snow in areas around us, but not like so much where we are. It's more like in the mountain ranges you can see the snow, and you know that makes the whole area cold. Run primordial collapse in tier 12 for 9,000 waves with perma black hole. Bringing in 200 trill per day with 3 minute 20 second GT death wave cooldowns and BHD. That sounds like you're in a really good spot. What's your plans going further, Alpaca? Are you planning to... What direction are you planning to lean into? Are you looking at bringing down those cooldowns, or are you looking for doing something else? Zorx has got 12 inches of snow today. No wonder you're freezing your tits off, bro. Oh, that's right, because when it's Christmas for you guys, it's actually snowing, eh? You get like a white Christmas. Bro, Christmas in my country is hot. Which would probably be a full trip for you guys. Like, that in the southern hemisphere. You know, us being in the opposite. Like, I can't imagine a snowy, cold Christmas, because my whole life, like, Christmas is always like summer, barbecues, outside, you know, like doing, like, people go away camping, all that sort of stuff, whereas you guys would be more like inside, keeping warm. I imagine the fireplace is on, the smell of like nice cooking, like just going through the house, whereas like ours is like the flipped on the other end. Everybody's outside, everybody's partying, like it's like everybody's active. I think the card slot has to wait, Mr. Flipster says. I hear the mod slot machine calling in his name. The BHDs need to show up at some time. Bro, Gamba. But what you have to do, Flipster, you're going to have to do a live stream Gamba. Do it. Even just take a small clip and just just edit it up as a short. John says 10 centimeters of snow where I live here in south of Sweden. Mount Hood, where I live, has snow caps all year round. But like myself, no snow yet, but it will happen probably around January. Mount Hood. We only have a rainy season and a hot season, Mr. Flipster says. Yeah, we're about the same too, bro. And I live in, like, from the weather side of things, my part of the country, I have, like, we'll say, like, more the fluctuations. Like, it can be raining and it can be sunny. Like, we have, like, it's just a really weird spot in the country. But there's other places in my country where it's, like, sunny all the time. Even in winter, it's sunny. Like, they get very, very mild winters. Like, especially, like, up in the northern parts. But you get to the northern parts, like our major city is probably, I want to say 6-7 hours away from where I am. We drive in a car at 100k an hour. It's about 6-7 hours away, something like that. But you go beyond there, like a couple hours beyond there, and bro, it is still way back in the days up there, brother. Bro, people still riding around on horses and shit. Barely any roads. It's like a forgotten part of the country, which is really strange, because that side of the country, like, the climate is so, it's so warm, you know, so tropical, that sort of thing. That it's really strange that it's not capitalized on more. But I think like a lot of it comes back to the history of that area. So that history of the area, so when like European boats and stuff used to come here first to trade, and then the whole colonization process happened. That whole region, because that's where a lot of the boats were coming from and landing, was at that top part of the country. Has a long history of wars against like different armies and stuff, and then ultimately against themselves, as all the chiefs were just constantly in conflict up there. And I think like because of that, it's kind of just been, I wouldn't say abandoned, but what would you call it? Like deep-rooted issues is probably still, it's like seeded in it. Like, we're talking not that long ago that these wars are happening. Like, you're talking like just before the 1900s. So it's not many generations ago. And that like if an area just gets like abandoned and left to fend for themselves as the rest of the country goes on and carries on about business and comes into the 21st century, then all of a sudden you turn around and like a lot of, I suppose, the issues are just like deep rooted into stuff. And a lot of the ideologies, Off-White Alpaca says, recently I've unlocked Chronofield, working that to perma until I can stay in Legends. Maybe cooldowns after. Yeah, I feel like CF played a pretty good part in like a lot of the things. I think about it like this. A lot of the things is, I think about the rest of the player base, where it's like a lot of the players that are staying in Legends most likely have a strong Chain Lightning and a strong or a good Chrono Field. They most likely have inner landmines, these sorts of things. And it's like, if you don't have it, then you run the risk of like getting demoted back to champs and that. Kind of like, what am I trying to say here? It's kind of like if the vast majority all have a certain set of tools that they have, that they are equipped with, and then you don't have it, then you're instantly at a disadvantage. Kind of like that's where like the minimum buy-in or the minimum bar and minimum bars. I think that makes sense. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. 43 days left on the labs. Oh yeah, those Chronofield labs are crazy. Ohio has horses and buggy Amish communities. Oh bro, I've seen some crack up documentaries too. I saw this funny ass one with what's his name? Vaughn? Leo? Is it Leo Vaughn? What's that funny ass guy? He's got the mullet, that comedian. And he's doing one with like an Amish person, or I think he's an Amish person, I don't really know much about them. But he's talking about this food, bro, that they make, and they like mix like coffee with like some milk, and then they put meat in it, and it's like, what the hell, bro? Maybe you should consider running ACP instead of Space Displacer. ACP did better with 1,000 waves instead of 900. So the first run that I did with ACP, and it was doing good. The problem that I was having is these random lag spikes where the game freezes for a second, then boomfa. I lost like wings, lost all my shields. I don't really know, but for me it's been going on ever since I think version 27. It does it on my farming runs too, bro. It's really weird. I thought Space Displacer would do better too. Legends is rough unless you have damage masteries. I've got perma, and I got cooked earlier this week. Yeah, bro. Legends is rough, bro. Yeah, Legends is rough. The only good thing about it is if you can manage to stay in it, it's just having shorter tournament runs. Like, rewards aside and all the rest that, you know, we all obviously want, like, stuff. It's just, bro, having faster tournament runs. That's why they got to open up another league. I had to run at 2 times speed later on. Fast Ultimate is rubbish. Get the boss, get the boss. Oh, here comes the prot. At least there isn't a knockback for the fast soul. Oh, bro. But in saying that, if there was, at least the tournament would go super fast. Yeah, at least the tourneys would go fast. Get the protector, no. I really hope they do as well for another league. It would be great for everyone, bro. It would be huge for everyone. I reckon they are. I got faith in my Uncle Fuds. I got faith in my Uncle Fuds and his luscious black wavy hair. That he's put his fingers through his hair and pinned his hair back and massaged his scalp, and he's like sitting there, like, imagine the pose, deep in thought, thumbs on the temple, index, middle finger, wedding ring finger, and the pinky just massaging the scalp, and then he's gone, Eureka, I know what I'll do. We will have another league. I don't think it's creating another league is probably too much of an issue. As what sort of reward structure to keep the big dogs happy, where they don't feel like so it's not lackluster. Like when they invented keys in the vault and legends and that, mass hype for the community, for the people that could get access to it, and then a whole bunch of happy people as they got moved up in the tiers that they were currently in. So it's just whatever the reward structure is. I'll make another song if he does. I watched one of them that you did, bro, or one of them that you posted, bro. It was absolutely hilarious. It was so funny, bro. Absolutely cracked up. What would we call him, bro? I always imagine that if we were living in a movie, Uncle Fuds is like the Wizard of Oz. Just that big head. You know? He's got the big head up there on that TV, that big floating head, and it's Uncle Fuds. Like, that's our uncle. That's all of our uncle. Even though he probably would disagree that we're all his nephews, but that's our uncle, whether he likes it or not. What do you think the new league would be called? Mythical. Well, I mean, I suppose if they call it Mythical, the next one following it in like a year or so, they could call it Ancestral League. I mean, I wonder if they would even, like, create a new tree for keys. For, like, the bigger guys and that. Like, I know heaps of them are now pushing into or have been for some time, pushing into the power tree. Which is pretty crazy. There's some crazy things in there, I think. I haven't really looked in too much into it. It's like window shopping for something that I'll never get to see. I just want auto restart. Whoa, that boss come flying in fast. What the hell was that? We're still surviving. But we're not at the previous waves where we were yet. Only problem with them adding things like that, it's just going to take forever to get there. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. The only cool thing about, like, when other people get the content first is you can see how they theory craft the decisions that they make. At least it means that there's, like, if you're not at the level where you can touch the new content, it means that at least you, what do you call it? At least you got plenty of content ahead of you. You got plenty of, you know, years worth of gameplay ahead of you. Auto restart is nutty. Farmed overnight 1019 and got about 180,000 reroll shards in 10 hours, bro. That is wild. That's crazy. Bro, we got 20 trillion damage. Nice. Wonder what that puts our chain lightning at. That's alright. At some stage, fam, we'll have intro sprint mastery. And we'll be able to do, like, heaps of attempts. Oh, so 480 quintillion. I actually can't remember what waves we got into last time, but I'm sure it was like 500 and something. What about having to run space displacer just because of the random lag spikes? Oh, that's so stupid. I feel like that means that we need the armor slot, eh? I really want the armor slot, but probably like the smartest thing to do is get the triangle slot. No! Oh, stop them. I wonder what we're going to get chipped by. Whoa, see, it just did it then. What was that? That was wild. Look at that. Look, pause that. Can you see that? I still had an energy shield. Or maybe, like, what the hell was that? Or did one just recover? Hit wings. Still have energy shield? Is that right? Am I buzzing out? Am I just buzzing out? It must have fell through the cracks. Must have just slipped through the cracks. I'll leave the mouse on the demon mode. In case I feel like we need to click it. Alright, we got wall up. Wall, one shield, and demon mode. Generate and core are the best in my opinion since they're good for farming too. Yeah, bro, that's why I got the one to put dimension core on. Like, knowing that there's going to be a bit of a benefit for farming, and it was actually quite a massive benefit for farming, but also a benefit for taunting too, so it's kind of like a win-win. There'll be a catch-up mechanics introduced in my opinion. There were dark ages without cells and mods. Yeah, bro. Yep, bang on there. There was a time, and I think we talked about this in last week's stream. Like, when Ryan was, like, first playing, and there was no cells for speeding up labs. And he did, like, the Chronofield labs, like, straight. No speed ups. So much, he hated it so much that once he finished the labs, or got, like, one level left, he just quit the game. Came back, like, a year or two later. That's how mad he was. And, I mean, they've done, like, little things, like, they've adjusted the tiers and that to make things a bit easier. And I think that's been really good for speeding people up through certain portions of the game. So we got no thorns, so I have to remember that. So if a boss is going to hit me, it's going to hit me and I'm not going to do any damage except for the damage that I'm creating myself. Oh, that's what's happening. So the fasts are pulling things through the little gaps. Maybe that's what the weird spikes are. I don't really know. Bro, see that? Bro, that scatter just exploded into me. We just need to get the shield in the wall back. Get the shield in the wall back. Don't get chipped. Don't get chipped. Come on. Don't get chipped in chat. Come on, chat. Don't get chipped. Oh, we got the wall back. No, we just need to get a shield back. We're probably going to get, like, literally the same waves as we did before. Whoa, those scatters are just teleporting to me. What the hell's going on, Uncle Fuds? So they teleport towards you in Tawny, but away from you in Farm. What the hell? What the hell's going on? Get the protector. Alright, we still got a shield. We still got a shield, fam. I actually don't know how we could have done better in this tournament. I don't know if running a different generator would have done better. I don't really know. I think maybe that's just where we are. Is whatever these waves are. The 500-600 waves. Maybe that is all she wrote, guys. Sorry, I'm not reading chat at the moment. I'm waiting to hit this demon mode. Got one energy shield. And I'm very conscious of getting a chip. Whole bunch of fast come flying into me at once when the... Oh, I thought that protector was coming through. Alright, so we're getting on with the boss. Boom. Dunsky's lad. I think it's more like the release of new content allows there to be better choices down the road, whereas the top players are min-maxing. Yeah, bro, that's like something I was thinking about when it was coming to assist mods. Is that there's like a clear path that like a whole bunch of people were taking, or, you know, certain strats that people are using. And then, you know, then all of a sudden they bring out assist mods, and then they change assist mods, and then it opens up like different. And I think that's a good direction for the game to go, to make the path less min-maxy, less linear, where people feel like they're obligated to do certain strategies or follow certain paths, because if they don't, everybody else has, so on and so forth. So opening up yeah, different pathways in that, and different, you know, different routes for people to go is definitely a smart way to play. Come on, get the boss! Come on now! Death Defy. Right now, it's like I can get much more done with substats efficiency, whereas before, I need to spend stupid amounts of stones. That's another thing that I was looking at, that eventually I'll get to the stage where I'll need to purchase stuff with stones, and I'll have to work out where going for substats and doing things in certain directions like that is more cost effective, which I think is like really super sweet. I'm looking forward to that part of the theory crafting and crunching some numbers and those sorts of things. I was super excited about it. Like, since I unlocked the assist mods and that, like, I've been taking a keen eye note. Like, I used to just ignore that part where people do like progress updates or people will post stuff. I just be like, I'll be conscious of the conversation, but I wouldn't like think about it too much, because I was like, oh, that's ages away. You know, that's like 6 months away for me now, or whatever. And then it was actually Anorna unlocked assist mods. And then I was like, oh shit, can we actually do it at our level? That's sick. And then I just pushed really hard to get it. Well, we got 2 shields now. Oh no, get the boss. Okay, we got 1 shield and a demon mode. So very similar waves to the ACP. Almost identical, to be honest. We just need like, bro, we just need like elites to be spawning so we get like amp strike up. Like, there's nothing more cringe than a boss coming in and you've got no you don't have the damage buff. It's like, bro. Come on, wave skip the boss. Wave skip the boss. Come on. I just want at least like another energy shield. Not even a wave skip. Are you kidding me? I had to demon mode, fam. At least now we could just full send it. Subsets are super cool. Amp Strike, you can double dip, and then they're good for farming and tourneys. In my opinion, a bit annoying that the subset position is important. Yeah, that's another annoying thing. I suppose it gives like a high importance to the cache mastery, but it opens up so much more new stuff to try. Jackson says, yeah, it really is 29 substat efficiency on core module is like 2 seconds into GT duration and 3 seconds into GT cooldown. You can get FE, one more FE. One more Death Wave out of them for farming, and another Chain Lightning for taunting. My plan right now is going to get Perma Black Hole and GT without Multiverse Nexus, but Epic Assist G-Comp. Honestly, I can't wait for the day to be able to run a different mod instead of Multiverse Nexus. Like that. We use Multiverse Nexus to serve its purpose, and then eventually get Perma GT, or close to Perma GT, but a Perma Black Hole with no MVN. It's going to be such a sweet day. Alright, so we're slightly edged in front of, I think, where our ACP was. And I think, honestly, I think it's just like random lag spikes is the reason why. I don't know, though. So 600 waves. Alright, now finger on the nuke. We have got nothing left. Just some inner landmines protecting us. We'll nuke the boss, eh? I'm locked in. We just need to wave skip the boss, man. Yes, wave skipped it. Wave skipped it. We choose to fight another day. The landmines are putting in work. We got the wall back. And we lost the wall. Just like that. Get the bus, get the bus, get the bus. Bro, did I get it or was it the nuke that got it? So how many death defies we got? 6 death defies. I don't know whether the nuke got it or whether I got it. Well, I just death defied then. Something's chipping me. Oh yeah, I've got like hardly any landmines now. Oh, fighting the little towers, fighting for its life. Bro, what is going on? And that's all she wrote, 614. So I was only just ahead of what we had before. What do we have before? Oh no, we had 641 before. So I was slightly behind. Alright, how many people need to run? So we got one guy. Feet gill potential, so potentially 2. And then these guys are probably going to try a few things and rerun. Especially like, we'll say, especially like this chunk. Like this chunk will probably rerun. And then we got another 2. And then there may be some people down here that are running. Tell me if you guys do this in your brackets. So this guy's probably still running. He's got assist mod, so yeah, he's still got... There's no way he's only at 200 waves. So there's about 7 people. Oh, 8. There's heaps of people, bro. Yeah. But, look. I'm pretty confident that at that... For the battle conditions, that the 640 waves we're probably going to stay in Legends. Now, I have done some tournaments, bro, where people have done like 620 waves and got demoted. But I don't think under these battle conditions that's the case. I've got 45 seconds with perk for black hole uptime, and G-Comp does pretty easily. What's up, man? Miss ya. Almost waited to run in case you came online. Oh, that's right, because we ran in the same bracket that other time, eh? What's good, Taylor? What is good? What do I need to do? Restore. Restore. And restore. Let's kick these out. And then we just need a respec. Put our research back in. Which is... What was it? Bro, where did it go? There. Alrighty, let's hit the workshop. Oh, what I might do, so I don't confuse myself. Turn this all down now. Oh, I know what I need to do. I actually need to do some milestone runs because my overnight run doesn't start for like another 2 hours. So I'm actually gonna do some. Milestone runs. Oh, I respec my workshop, bruh. Damn it. Oh well, we'll just do milestone run another time. Put that in. Listen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Oh, what's going on here? Bro, I've like I've done this so many times. I got it down pat. I want 5 levels in there. And for my standard workshop, this is what I'm actually doing now. I'll show yous. And I think it's been 1, 2, 3, 4. I just put a bit in health. This helps in the earlier waves. Bit of regen as well. Bit of regen never hurt anyone. That is super cheap as well. Defense, thorns. That. Orb speed. This is what I've been doing for my shockwave at the moment. And it's been going alright for me. Bit of frequency, chance radius, depth of eye. And this is what I've been doing for this tab. Forgot the range. Where is the range? The funniest thing is I always forget saying. Like this. That's what I always forget. Fetch. Yep. That's what we want. We want the fetch. So this is what I've been doing for my attack tab. So I've been going crit chance, attack speed, multi-shot, and I've been leaving the rest devoed. So this is kind of what we've settled for at the moment, and it's actually been working really well. And we can do like our full farming run with free ops just taking care of the rest. And then I think if we get any more damage, I'll start like phasing this other stuff out too. And that's kind of how the workshop's looking. So now I put multiverse in there. I'll put that as assist, and then I just max whatever's left in my change. Something's not right there. I forgot some coins somewhere. Where have I forgot some coins? I actually see how much 161 costs. So 150, 161. How much does that leave us? Hey, Q! Surely we mucked something up. Well, that's good. We'll get a bit of coins, eh? That's enough to go there. Oh, bro, 2 clicks there. What do you reckon? Boom. That's the new benchmark. And then honestly, like, for where everything is that 400? That's where I missed it. 50 levels from here. Enemy level skip. I knew I had a bit too much coins. But these are fairly cheap. But I can just go like that. Oh, change the orbs. I don't even have to like purchase enemy level skips. I just let it do its thing. It's so cruisy. Auto perk choices do its thing. The whole thing just does its thing. I don't even like to do like the 7.5, 8 hour window, so 3 of those a day. I don't even have to purchase enemy health level skips. I just let it do its thing. The only thing I change out is by around like somewhere around 4,000 waves, I need to swap my cards. I can do it any time right before then, and that's just because I don't have enough card slots for ultimate weapon crit. But even in saying that, I don't want ultimate weapon crit on too early. It kind of just like kills everything. Because what's the crit factor? I think my crit factor is at like 200 and something. And then we just sail it away. Jackson says, almost my lifetime coins in a respec. I've been trying really hard to inject as much cash as I can into my workshop, but it's just, the masteries are so expensive and they're killing me. But it's like, you know, it's for down the road, eh? You're trying to make things like, it's for the greater good that I have to suffer a bit. I was doing that before, but honestly the difference in coin wasn't that big for me personally, but occasionally it screws over the run. Dave Voice says, cash bonus. When do you unlock enhancements? Jackson says, think it's about 5 billion in the labs. It's a really good question. Like when you should unlock the enhancements and when you should start investing into it. I think like the first levels of enhancements are kind of like in the low billions. So I wouldn't actually be sure when you can do it. Because it depends what's swallowing up your coins at the moment. Like if you're spending hundreds of billions on war labs and stuff like that, you're probably going to get a little bit more bang for buck. But the prices get really expensive really fast. The lab in itself is cheap. So maybe if you're making like 50 billion a run or even 20 billion a run, you can lab it and then just see how that works with your coins and that. That's probably... So I'm sorry that's not really a clear-cut answer. It's been so long since I did it, like over a year ago, that it's all a bit of a blur for me. Oh, here's Jackson says, don't touch it till you're at least making 50 to 100 billion a day for enhancements. Yeah, so that kind of makes sense, like... Because they might be like 4 billion a click, and then it goes up to the next one, then it's like 7 billion, then it's like 10 billion, and then it jumps to 20, 30, like it jumps really fast. Taylor says, how's your keys going, bro? Nothing, man. Nothing. Got absolutely spanked in the last tournament that I did. I still got a bunch of guys that are still moving around in here. So I'm not hopeful for keys, but bro, this here, 593, that was after a rerun, but I got spanked like before that. Like I only got like 400 waves. Yeah, bro. Yeah, we're coming along. I think what I'm definitely missing, it was the one, the ultimate weapon down tourney run that was in the earlier in the week. I think what I'm really missing is like, my damage isn't good, but it's like it's by far not terrible. It's the CC that I need. I think I really need to do the last level of CF, but I'm kind of tunnel visioning on going for ultimate weapon plus. Oh, I need to change my target. We'll swap that, boink, and then we will swap that. There you go. I spent 60 to 75 Q in labs. Holy moly. Holy moly. James says, I'm making about 15 million a day. Highest tier is 11 wave 60. That's really good. That's really good. Rappaport says, I haven't unlocked them. Jackson says, unlock enemy level skips first if you haven't. That's godsend, bro. Enemy level skips in this tab, the utility tab, is so insane for your progress. It's such a good unlock, man. Rappaport says, like my wall is killing me. I'll say get the enemy level skips enhancements. Enhancements rather quick as a rough guideline. It's quite pricey. Like, to get the enemy level skip plus. Like, I'm pretty sure the unlock, you might have to spend, is it like 400 or 500 trillion? Is that how much you have to spend in the utility in order to get it? It's quite pricey, but once you get it, it's super impactful. I think I'm using a blender build at the moment. I don't know. I haven't updated since I got back into the game. This comes from Jan. I think we get to a stage where, unless you're doing some sort of Orb Devo or Orbless, I think all the builds start merging back into a blender. Like, I'm doing some kind of jacked up version of a blender. Yeah, it's coming soon with the keys, Taylor. Well, it's coming. It's coming. We'll get there. We will get there eventually. And hey, we might get lucky in here, but there's at least 3 people that'll definitely go past me. Like, one of this guy down here. Is it this guy? Like, there's no way, bro, that this guy only is getting 290 waves. Like, he's probably offline at the moment. Like, you know how you can start your tourney and then you can keep playing it offline, and then when you get back up online it'll update. He's probably in a situation like that. Like, he's probably like started it. Like, I used to do that. Like, those champs runs were so long that I used to start the run like on Wi-Fi on my second phone, and then I'll just go about my business, and then eventually let it update when I get back to a better signal. Flips has said, I got my 20th key last tourney, with lucking out the last couple of weeks in my brackets. Bought auto, it says auto, looks like Death Wave, but I'm assuming it's auto demon mode. And I don't have the card slots to run it during farm. That's a massive congratulations. Like, auto demon mode, bro, super sick. And especially with the mastery, like, I can't wait to get auto demon mode. I can't wait to do a tournament run and then just let the demon mode choose itself and not have to sit there on the button. Harmony Tree with enhancements, reroll discounts, super nice. And this is about my build. Here's my multiplier. 1380. My bonus. And that's after, what did we do? Did we do 1 click or 2 clicks? Did a couple clicks. But yeah, I'm going to, it's almost 9 o'clock. So it's super late, and I think I'm holding up my family for dinner because I am streaming in the lounge. But what I'm going to do, fam, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. A massive thank you to all of you guys for stopping in. Massive thank you to all you guys for keeping chat alive. You guys are the MVPs, man. You are the absolute MVPs for keeping chat going, and even for answering or helping other people out with their questions. Like, that's what I mean when I say that this is the best community. Like, people are asking questions and you guys are there to help them out. Everybody that's tuned in. And I also don't forget about everybody that does the rewatch, because a whole bunch of people jump in for the rewatch. I swear heaps of people just jump in to hear my random yarns that I say, because I always talk mad shit. But yeah, honestly guys, you guys are legends, and we wouldn't be here without yous. So, if you like what you see, you know the drill, fam. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can see when the next video is coming out. And as always, keep it cloudy, fam.